I volunteered my knowledge, my experience for the betterment of the airport. There are many competing interests that require service at the airport, and unfortunately, this situation got out of control, and I'm not willing to continue in that vein.
In the wake of allegations of sunshine law violations, 3 members of the St. Augustine Airport Authority Board of Directors have resigned.
Now, former board member Dennis Clark says all 3 have been cleared of the allegations.
I received verbal confirmation of that yesterday from my attorney. I have not seen the filing yet, but he called me yesterday, last evening, and told me.
Nonetheless, Clark says he decided to step down for the good of the airport.
I believe that to clear the air and restore the trust that the tenants and the residents have of the airport authority, I would recommend to the governor an entire new board, and let's start this process over, with the possible exception of Miss Cash Chapman. She hasn't been named in any situation with the authority. And the new board would be able to deal with any management changes if they deem necessary, and let's get the trust in the authority restored.
For her part, former board member Reba Ludlow called the charges trumped up, adding that talking or having lunch with a fellow board member does not violate sunshine laws. In her resignation letter, she called the airport authority toxic and referred to an unnamed disgruntled tenant who contributed to what she called an unproductive and hostile work environment. Former board member Len Tucker has not commented publicly yet about his resignation.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located off I-95 at exit 311.
What we're doing right now is amazing. The process works. We are following our management plan, and the DEP has certified us. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
State environmental officials are hosting a public meeting tonight to discuss the stench around Indian Head Biomass Facility on County Road 214.
Indian Head Biomass mixes solid human waste with yard waste to make compost, and the company says the biosolids management facility is in compliance with state regulations. However, they've had more than 1,200 complaints from residents like Dante Panaccio.
I could be out walking my dog for 20 minutes and everything's fine, and all of a sudden this smell swoops in and I'm sprinting to my house because it's unbearable. Like, you want to just throw up and die. It's really unconscionable how fast the smell comes in and how bad it is. I've lived by farms before my whole life, and I know what normal manure smells like. But this is a different smell that makes you want to throw up, and you can't bear to be outside. It's like eye-watering.
Residents have since filed a lawsuit asking the Florida Department of Environmental Protection not to renew Indian Head Biomass's domestic wastewater permit. In response, the state will now host a public meeting tonight before making a decision. Panaccio and a host of others will be there.
Fortunately, I would say it's probably since all of those violations got brought to light and a fire was lit under their butt.
The meeting is tonight from 5 to 7 at R.J. Murray Middle School. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
We need to pass this bill so we can target those who are targeting our ICE agents.
Congressman John Rutherford tells Liz Ryan about pending legislation geared toward law enforcement.
As a former patrol officer, director of corrections, and sheriff of Duval County, the topic is near to Rutherford's heart: violence against police officers.
I've got a bill called Protect and Serve, and it targets those who want to target law enforcement, whether it's ICE or even local law enforcement.
He wrote the bill before ICE was in the news daily.
I drafted it back when ambushes on police officers went up like 300% just a few years ago. We passed it through the House one year. Now I'm trying to get it back to the floor.
He sees increasing need for this bill as he's concerned about the safety of ICE agents.
Those men and women are out there doing their job.
Rutherford believes sanctuary cities are particularly troublesome for law enforcement.
They get arrested for a DUI by the local police. And then we're forced to try and pick them up on the street because they released them. That should not be happening.
The Protect and Serve Act would increase penalties for violence against police officers, including ICE agents.
They would be looking at an additional 10 years if they harm an officer and an additional life sentence if an officer is murdered.
For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.